resulted from this meeting last year. We still refer to them, we send them out, and in total it was probably the best thing that we did from a promotion standpoint. So thanks again. We're going to play a little video, and it kind of gives you the idea of Finn on the golf course. This is one of my home clubs in Montana, Stock Farm, Fazio Golf Course. You see in the background. Kind of shows why we're in Montana. So hopefully you can come out and visit us sometime. Golf is too slow, sometimes a little boring. I hate 4.5-hour rounds. So we call it a personal golf machine because that's what it is. The idea of going directly to your ball instead of waiting is a significant concept in golf. As mentioned last year, 2 people in a cart is the opposite of ready golf. It just takes too long. So get your own Finn scooter. Yeah, how much fun will you have? Yes. So we're going to play another very short one that it's an ad we ran on the Golf Channel, narrated by my friend Gary McCord, and a big mistake. But while you're watching that, maybe in a bit I'm going to ask you what ideas you have to help promote the idea of Finn scooters on the golf course.
Beeline your pellet. Hit it.
Get it.
It's time to have fun on a Finn scooter. Find Finn at the golf course or get your own at GolfTrips.com.
So McCord got fired from CBS, and the next day we're playing at Whisper Rock. And he said, you know, maybe I can get a job selling Sun Mountain golf bags and Finn scooters. And in about a 10th of a second, I said, Gary, I'll call you when we have too many customers. And anyway, he narrated that. We ran it on the Golf Channel, and we had very little impact. Compared to this, I mean, not even in the same universe. So I'm going to run out of things to say in a couple of minutes, and hopefully you people being in the media are accustomed to asking questions. So about what we might do to help speed up the game and make it more fun. And hopefully you'll have some of those for me in a couple of minutes. We had a great year with Finn. It's hard to recount all the things that happened. Just a few of the highlights. Golf course in Eagle Creek, called Eagle Creek in Ohio, had the Finn scooters and had unbelievable results. They had 3,200,000 views on YouTube in 10 days, which is like Kardashian level. Just doesn't happen. Over the course of the season, which was short because we had some mechanical problems and other issues, they calculated they brought 870 new golfers to their golf course. And they put a number on the gain in revenue between cart fees, green fees, and food and beverage that I think totaled $55,000. So that same course wants to attempt to set a Guinness World Record for the number of rounds played on a golf course in one day. And they're thinking 800 to 1,000 golfers around their golf course. So the ability of Finn to impact the speed of play and fun may not be 800, that may be a circus that we can't even really attempt, but it's significant. You can get a lot more people around the golf course on a Finn. Here's a quote from Meadowood Golf Course, skeptical, 34 years PGA pro, never seen people smile so much, it's crazy. Figured the 30 to 40-year-old demographic would be the primary customer, but the first 10 riders were all 60 to 75 years old. Bob Scott, PGA director, Liberty Golf, Meadowood Golf Course, Liberty, Washington. We did get to 78 courses in 22 states as kind of our beta program to prove that the concept worked everywhere, just not around Montana. This year we're going to run with an app, so the golfer will download the app and rent the scooter directly. When he downloads the app, he'll have his credit card on file, he'll read an instructional video, and most importantly, he's released everybody from all kinds of liability, including media writers if you happen to write about it. But the great advantage is the golfer can come up to the front of the golf course, unlock it, and go. So reduces congestion a little bit at the counter. The thing that's hard to convey is how much fun it is to ride a two-wheel electric vehicle on the golf course. It's a little bit like skiing, it's gliding, it's super smooth, and it's a different experience than you typically will have on a golf course. May have mentioned before, but two-person golf cart is like a sofa on wheels. People sit down, and that's what they do for most of the day, is sit and wait. And a fin scooter is an active product. You have to drive it. It's exhilarating. You'll find that you're doing much more than just playing golf on a fin scooter. You'll find balls, go talk to people, look for fish in the river. It's a little bit more of a sport within a sport. Hard to communicate in a venue like this, but when you ride it on the golf course, you'll immediately get it, and that's been our experience. Well, let's see, we have a major presence at Karsten Creek. I hate to single out one because we do have 77 courses. Avalon Links in Burlington, Washington had 207 rentals in the first 30 days. The majority of our early adopters are adding to their fleet in 2020, so they've had a very positive experience. And news outlets in almost all territories took interest and ran stories on Finn. What I thought was really interesting, a lot of golf courses are municipal courses, and the word would get out that the Finn scooters were there, and local TV and the press would show up and do an article, front page article, in small town America, or even some bigger places, but it attracted that kind of attention. It's our belief that when we get started, in our experience, when we get started at one course, the course down the road is going to learn that they really need to have it to compete. It's a tremendous draw, as evidenced by Eagle Creek in Ohio, and it's an experience we saw across the country. We did have a few negatives related to the product itself. I'm going to say half a dozen significant design issues, kickstands and rusted bolts and all kinds of things. So towards the end of the summer, we quit shipping them and got them all back and refurbished them. Now we have an entire inventory with everything fixed, so we're ready to go for the next season. I'm not sure that I have anything else, and I know this was meant to be a short talk in front of you. You're all anxious to get out and play golf. We do have one other program. It's called a Golf Pro Pioneer program. We send a unit to a golf pro for a short period of time. He can demo it to members, take orders for members, receive a commission. More importantly, he can use that unit to show his board of directors, have people ride it, and hopefully you decide to bring in a fleet. The last thing, two-wheel scooters are everywhere. Bikes have been around forever, motorcycles, all different kinds of two-wheel scooters. We really had an awesome year in terms of experience with people riding it on the golf course. I'm not going to say it didn't get into the occasional flower bed, but no one had a problem riding it. Two-wheel vehicles are, especially on a golf course, where you don't have to worry about cars or cement or anything else, are really a safe, fun thing to do, and that was probably the most positive thing that we took out of the whole year, was how easy it was for people to ride the Finn scooter. And if I missed anything, because I'm kind of out of notes here, so.
We had over 5,000 rounds this very short season at Richmond.
Yeah.
Playing golf this afternoon, just like last year. We are going to have 4 units out of November 11th.
Okay. I did see a hand go up.
How many you think it saves like off before, have you shown that it saves?
We routinely, in my notes here, we routinely have people that go out at a time of the day when it's not busy, and a twosome plays in 2 hours.
Do you have on your website where Finn Scooter is at? Because I'm intended. I mean, if I see that, I'm going to go to that golf course because I had so much fun. I hit my ball out of bounds on purpose just so I could ride that last year.
We have it on the Finn Scooters app. Find a Finn.
Okay.
Yep, we do. Way in the back.
Are you selling like 7 to 7 clubs? What's the average price for the rental for a player wanting to try this?
Was the question about the how
Rental
much
price.
courses charge them?
What are the courses charging for an individual to say, hey, I want to try
Our recommendation when we started out was $21 for 18 holes, and we have a revenue share program, which I didn't talk about much. I did last year, and the course usually gets half, and we get half. But most of the courses have decided they can charge more than that. So I'm going to say our standard is now probably 25, and some courses want to charge even more than that, and we try to discourage that.
You mentioned your golf channel commercial was unsuccessful. What were you trying to accomplish with it?
Well, at least people go into the website to check it out. The main focus was to get people to go to generate some interest and get them to go to the website. And we didn't get much of that.
How's the dog?
Could have been the wrong time of the year. The dog is great. I laugh every time I see him.
Last year we talked about you were trying to get people to use it the first 2 rounds of the day and then the last 2 or 3 rounds of the day. Is that the premise?
Yeah, the interesting thing is golf pros and people responsible for making money at the course, they all have their own idea how they're going to use it. So many of the people that are bringing in fleets next year plan on making the first tee times Finn scooters only. And many of them have ideas in their head about late in the day promotion when their course is dead. You know, they're going to be $25 for a scooter and a green fee and a beer. So they all have their own idea how they're going to use it to generate revenue at their
Is that
course.
the beer before the scooter or after?
Good point. No more questions? Leonard's cutting you off. Thanks very much for your.